If you are coming to Adelaide and looking for the perfect beach, this is the video for you. Today we're exploring some of Adelaide's best coastal spots, Seacliff, Brighton and Henley Beach. We'll show you what there is to do at each beach, how much things cost, and at the end we'll tell you which one was our favourite and why. Whether you're planning a trip or just love the beach vibes, grab a coffee, sit back and let's get into it. Good morning from Seacliff Beach. As I said, today we are going to be viewing 3 different beaches along Adelaide's coastline, so we can't wait to do that. But we've just finished the park run here at Seacliff Esplanade, and I'm feeling very hot and sweaty as it was really warm. So we're going to head up towards Brighton Beach. It's about 3.5 kilometres from here to Brighton Beach, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad a walk. So we decided to park here at Seacliff and Brighton Yacht Club, and the reason for that is because it is completely free. However, it does get pretty busy, so the earlier you come the better. So we obviously parked here for park run, and now we're going to leave our car here whilst we go and see Brighton. But it is pretty windy and I've forgotten my windbreak, so if there's any part of it which is inaudible, I do apologise. One thing we've already noticed after walking for just 5 minutes is how nice some of the houses are on the beach. Just look at those. They are absolutely stunning, and they look so modern too, especially compared to a lot of the houses which we saw in Sydney. Although there's loads of flies that keep flying around in my face, but in Sydney they felt a lot older, the houses which were near the beach, but these ones feel really modern. So we are about 5 minutes into the coastal walk along Seacliff Beach, and look how amazing it is with all the different sand dunes. And what's quite cool is there's people you might be able to see in the distance over there doing some sailing, which is quite cool. And then on this right hand side you've got lifeguards which are training up to be lifeguards by the looks of it. So lots going on the beach as you do in your walk, and behind us there are some absolutely stunning houses, so I'll show you those a bit later on. Look at how nice some of these houses are. They must be worth so much money too, but by the looks of it there's a couple of hotels too, if you're not actually from around Adelaide, where you can stay to go and see the Seacliff and Brighton beaches. We're about 20 minutes now into the walk, and one of the most annoying parts about Australia has to be the flies. Honestly, they're so friendly, they just land on your face, they fly by your ears and stuff, and that is probably the most annoying part. But this walk is amazing, and we've actually seen on the floor too that you can actually do a walk all the way to Glenelg Beach, and that's about 6.5 k, so it's actually not too far, but it's about an hour walk, and in this heat you probably wouldn't be able to do it. You can probably see all the flies swarming me right now, but we're close to Brighton now, so I'll take you around there. And so we've now arrived at Brighton Jetty, and here it is. Not much going on the jetty, but you do get really cool views of Brighton Beach. And then Jetty Road is just behind us, which we'll go and walk down in just a moment. It is pretty windy, which you may be able to hear from the mic, because I have forgotten the wind breaker. But again, it's really nice. It's a little bit like Glenelg, so if you've not seen that one, you should go back and check that out too, as that is another stunning beach. No way, we've just seen a dolphin. I'm hoping he'll come back up and say hello in a second. He's disappeared right now. I don't know where he's gone. Oh, there he is. He's to the right. He's over there. Wow, that is really cool. I don't know whether it's going to pop up again, but there's 3 sharks. I nearly called them sharks. There's 3 dolphins just swimming around, and then there's some surfers just in the distance too, so that's pretty cool because they're basically surfing with dolphins. What an amazing experience that was, getting to see a dolphin while here on Brighton Jetty. I mean, it's not quite like Brighton Pier where it's got all of the amusements and stuff like that, but you do get to see a dolphin, so that is definitely a benefit. The algal bloom is still going on right now though, so it is a little bit green, the water at the moment, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's still very, very pretty. And the fact that we got to see some dolphins was really cool. So that is it for Brighton Jetty, but now we're going to go up Jetty Road, which is in just behind this Merry Christmas and Remembrance arch. So hopefully this should have some nice cafes and little bars and stuff, and we'll probably stop off and get some breakfast from there. But I have to say, it is a really nice area. It's not very tacky like some beach spots. This one seems a lot more bougie like LA or somewhere in America. So we stopped off in Brighton for some brunch and it looks incredible. So we've got ourselves both a smoothie, well I've got a smoothie and Beth's got herself a tropical storm juice, and then we've also got the breakfast bun and Beth's got herself a garden spread, which actually looks incredible. The falafels are huge. It came to $76, so it's not that cheap, but it's still not too bad. It's a really nice place to sit outside, watch the world go by, and it's nice and cool in the shade too. And they had amazing options in terms of food, so definitely recommend coming here. There are other cafes as well, just up alongside Brighton Jetty Road. So I definitely recommend coming here if you want to go for some food. But let's try our breakfast bun. That is really good. Hash brown, bacon, definitely deserved after the park run this morning. That food was really good, so I definitely recommend going to Brighton if you want to get some breakfast or lunch. Also, there's quite a few little shops which are like independent and they're really nice too, so Beth bought herself a necklace from in there. In terms of what we preferred out of Brighton and Seacliff, I'd actually say the beach in Seacliff looked a lot nicer. However, in Brighton it had more things to do like the shops, and we also got to see dolphins too, which was really cool. But we're now heading our way back towards Seacliff, and as you can see in the background, that's where we're heading to. So we've just finished now with Seacliff and Brighton Beach. We didn't actually go on the sand in the end, but it is really nice to just walk up and down it. It's getting very hot now as it's midday. It's UV 11, so we could get burnt very easily. So what we're going to do now is head back to the flat with our hire car, which we got for the day. Only cost us $85. Have a shower, and then we'll head over to Henley Beach a little bit later when it's cooled down a bit. Now it's 6 p.m. and we've arrived here at Henley Beach. We've parked up our little flexi car here, and again, it's like Glenelg. It's got signs which basically have like a P on them, and it tells you how long you're allowed to park there, but it is free after 6 p.m. So you can park for as long as you want after 6 p.m. until 9 a.m, which is good news for us. So we're now going to head towards Henley Beach, and it's quite windy around here and it's pretty active too. There's loads of cars and stuff, so I don't know if everyone comes down to watch the sunset, but it's ages until the sunset because it's at 8 p.m. And so here it is. This is Henley Beach, and you can see Henley Jetty in the background too, which we're going to have a walk down, but it looks like there's loads of nice little bars and restaurants at the end here too. We're hoping to go for food to somewhere called Henley House, which is actually just behind us, so we've just passed that, and I'll show you that a little bit later on. But it's a nice area if you want to go for like a picnic or whatever here. Nice green area, and then hopefully the beach will be white with blue seas again. But this one looks a lot more modern and a bit more built up than the other two which we've seen so far. I think this is the windiest beach I have ever been to. I mean, not back right now, but you might be able to see down here the foam that's sort of like building up there. So that is actually part of the algal bloom. So it makes it look a little bit grim. However, when you see the sea, it just looks absolutely stunning. There's loads of seagulls right now too, trying to fly into the wind and they're getting nowhere. So we've now made it to the end of the pier, being blown away right now. But let me just give you a bit of context into where all the different beaches are. So on the right hand side, which is more towards the south, right in the far end was where we were earlier at Seacliff. Then it goes Brighton. Then I believe it goes Glenelg, which is the beach that we went to the other week. And now we are at Henley Beach. Then we've not actually been anywhere that way, so towards the north. So hopefully at some point we'll go up there and see some of those, because I can see another jetty over there. So there must be a nice seaside town. It's really nice around here again. The houses are amazing and they're overlooking the sea, so you can't ask for much more. But it's quite cool because all the different jetties have fish measuring stations, so it sort of tells you how many different fish you're allowed to actually fish while you're here. But there's ones like whaler sharks, which look very scary. Then you've obviously got the gummy sharks too, which look scary. And then you've got lots of different fish species and crabs, etc. But we're now going to head back towards the restaurants and hopefully grab a drink before we get blown off of this jetty. All of the beaches too tend to have like volleyball nets, which is pretty cool because they're sort of like communal volleyball nets, so it's first come, first serve. But I've seen a few times some people ask whether they can join in with other volleyball games. So if you're confident enough, you could just go over and ask, and I'm sure they'll let you join in. It is very windy though right now, so I'm thinking that it's probably not the easiest game of volleyball to play. So it looks like there's more hotels here at Henley Beach too. The Ramsgate Hotel, which is opposite us, looks quite fancy. It looks a little bit like the Pavilion in the UK, in the Brighton Beach in the UK. So unfortunately, we've got a little bit unlucky and it is fully booked here at the Henley House. So if you do want to come for food here, I definitely recommend booking in nice and early. So we're going to go and look around now for a couple of bars and go and grab a drink. So we've come to get a drink to the Thai Orchid restaurant, which is literally right by the beach, as you can see in behind me. The two drinks that we have gone for are the Asahi, which is like a schooner. You can see how windy it is, that it got blown away. And then Beth's got herself a rosé wine, which looks a strange colour actually, to be honest. So she'll have to let us know what she thinks of it. But cheers to that. Our drink for the day. Very nice and refreshing. So for food this evening, because we were fully booked at the Henley's house, we've actually decided to go to Margarita, which is just over there. It's a Mexican restaurant and it's right opposite the Ramsgate Hotel, which we were talking about earlier. So it's a really nice area, not too windy over here either because it's a little bit further in, and hopefully we can sit outside in the sun and enjoy our meal. So we now sat down in Margarita and the food has just arrived and it looks incredible. But to drinks, I've got the Cooper's Pale Ale and Beth has got herself a rosé wine, sorry. And she actually really likes that rosé, and it's from Barossa Valley, which we're actually going to in a few weeks' time. So hopefully we'll actually get to try it from the vineyard itself. But the food looks delicious, so I'll give it a try. So starting off with the chicken quesadillas, and then Beth's got herself some tacos. We've also got some patatas bravas, which actually looks really strange. I've never seen patatas bravas like that. And then we have also got some corn. Well, I say we, Beth will be eating that corn because I'm not actually a fan of corn on a cob. You'll have to let me know in the comments, corn on the cob or when it's taken off the cob, because I hate it when it gets stuck in your teeth. But let's try a bit of this chicken quesadilla and see what we think. I'm hoping it's going to be a cheesy one because I love cheese. That is very nice. Tastes fresh. I'll probably put a bit more cheese in if it was me. But one other thing I want to try is this patatas bravas and see what we think of this, because I've never seen patatas bravas look this strange before. So let's see. I'm going to put a bit of sour cream, get a bit of the salsa on too. That's actually really nice too. And it tastes just like usual patatas bravas. So we've just finished our food, which was delicious, and it came to $93. So it's not too expensive, especially for this sort of area, and it was quite a nice restaurant too. So I definitely recommend going to Margarita if you do come here to Henley Beach. We're now going to watch the sun set. Well, it's pretty much set, to be honest, but it always looks 10 times better once it has set. And hopefully we'll get lovely pink skies in just a second, although it is freezing right now as it is very windy. One thing that is quite funny as well is that when we were in Glenelg, loads of people went on the jetty to watch the sunset. However, because it is so windy and cold today, there's hardly any people. I have to say the sunset was probably a lot better in Glenelg too. We've just come around the side now and there's a few other nice little bars and stuff. So there's a Batchus there, which I was having a look at earlier, and that looks like a nice one to go for a drink. But it is a really nice area, so I definitely recommend coming down to Henley Beach too. And so that is it for our vlog today, visiting the 3 beaches here in Adelaide. So in terms of Seacliff Beach, I'd say that is the best one for the white sands and the blue seas. Very picturesque and very beautiful to go and watch. And it's quite cool as well, as they had all the people sailing and also the lifeboat training too. Then Brighton Beach was perfect for shops. It had loads of nice little independent shops and also cafes to go for breakfast and lunch. So if you're getting peckish, then definitely head over there. And the walk from Seacliff to Brighton was really nice too. There was loads of flies, which was a bit annoying, but apart from that, it was a really nice walk. And then finally, Henley Beach. So Henley Beach was perfect for the nightlife. It had loads of really nice bars and restaurants to go to in an evening with loads of different cuisines too. And everyone was sort of dressed up for the occasion too. So it's quite a fancy sort of place compared to Brighton and Seacliff. But I do hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new, as it does go a long way to supporting the channel. But if you enjoyed this one and want to go and check out another vlog, we actually headed over to Glenelg Beach, which is yet another beach here in Adelaide where we got to see an absolutely stunning sunset. 10 times better than the one that we saw today, so go back and check that one out. Or if you want to see any of the other vlogs, we've got the worldwide vlog playlist where I've got vlogs from all over Southeast Asia, got a couple from the Nordics too, and then obviously we've got all the ones from Australia too. So I'll see you all next week with another vlog.